miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop. Hit that.
Because the tea don't stop. Hey guys, what is everybody doing? It is raining. Y'all, it is raining again. Like, I'm just like, are y'all kidding right now? Like, it is raining again. I think this is like the third consecutive day. So hopefully, the weather get a little better because I don't know, y'all. When it's raining, I don't be liking to go outside. Like, I just be want to stay in. But make sure y'all are liking the video. Go ahead and hit that like button. If you have not already, make sure you guys share the video as well. And also, if you guys are not following me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, and also on Twitch, I know everybody is on different platforms, but depending on which one you're on, make sure you go ahead and follow me. I have the same handle at Lakeysha Keysha. Now, this is what I want to talk about, y'all. So I have been trying to figure this out for the life of me, right? Because I'm like, Shamea, I really thought that she was a different person. And I know we've talked about that endlessly, right? We've talked about, Shamea on this channel. Now, I see a lot of people doing videos, saying that Shamea is a lap dog. And in all honesty, it does seem like that because it just seems like no matter what, she is never, ever going to give up that relationship that she has with Portia. And in all honesty, she doesn't need to really give up the relationship. But the fact of the matter is, Shamea is now a housewife and she's not a friend of the show anymore. So I just want her to keep that same energy. Well, here's the deal. I kept on saying, is Shamea really attacking Drew because of this Dennis situation? I'm like, something is wrong here. I mean, not saying that she wouldn't do it because, we've saw her, go against other people for Portia. But guess what, y'all? I found something else because it's not only Drew who it doesn't seem like Shamea really is really given to F's about. It's also Angela. If y'all recall, we had talked about that situation with regards to Angela's husband and Shamea just not giving a damn. And she said it so many times to when she finally decided to apologize. It's like, girl, you have said you don't care so many times. Now we don't. Okay. But the reason why I wanted to bring this up, now I don't watch Carlos King a lot. I normally will watch it if I'm really bored or if I'm looking for content and can't find nothing. So I ended up watching one of his videos, right? And one of the things that struck out to me, everybody else, y'all probably missed it, but this part was really important to me because I believe that I know why Shamea has a problem with Angela and Drew. And I'm going to tell y'all why. I learned on Carlos King's podcast that Shamea sat down with Drew and Angela, and she asked them to not tell some information that she was going to tell them, which y'all know they on a reality show, and especially, you know, with what had went on between Shamea and Drew and then Angela, you know they're going to talk about it. So I don't understand why Shamea probably thought that they wasn't going to mention this. But let's get into it. This video is going to be courtesy of Carlos King. I want to get into it, y'all. And I'm not going to tell you what Drew is going to say, but it is roughly about, I think it's about 4 minutes. Is it 4 minutes? Yeah, roughly about 4 minutes. So I want y'all to listen to what Shamea told Drew and Angela about Porsha. Now, when we were watching the show, they never really came out and said it. They were just hinting at different things. And if y'all recall watching Shamea, she kind of act like that the girls were insinuating certain things, but it was never anything, anything that she had said. It was just things that they had heard. But it looks like that is not what actually happened, y'all. Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
She's here now.
She's here now. She's doing a great job. So Angela revealed that you, her, and Shamea had dinner one night, and that allegedly Shamea put out her pinky finger and said what exactly?
Mm-hmm.
What did she say?
We did all that. That's exactly what happened.
So all three? So it was like...
It was given...
It was given Power Rangers?
Yes,
so
honey.
It was given that, and then it was like unite, activation.
It was activated. But Angela said she had her fingers crossed behind her back.
Because Angela don't trust no girls. I watched the show.
Listen, I pinky swear because Shamea and I have known each other, and I feel like we have grown to build what I would consider a friendship over the years. Angela, like, I don't know you. I just met you yesterday. So I love her energy. But Shamea and I have built a rapport and a friendship over the years. But it was like this wrestling with Shamea is the best way I could put it into words. It was a wrestling. And we had a cocktail or two. And she felt vulnerable. And I feel like she felt comfortable. And she needed to get this out. And so she was like, I need us to pinky swear because what I'm about to tell you, I need to feel like I'm in a safe space. So we pinky sweared. I'm like, what's wrong, And she went on to tell us that she felt like, she needed to be real and address the issues that she has in her friendship with Porsha. She went on to say how she didn't want to come across as though now she's got a peach and she's here and now she's going to tear down her friend who helped her to get on the show. She didn't want the fans to come for her in that way to feel like she's ungrateful or a bad friend. So I can tell you she was considering the fans and the look of how it would come across. As we see now, she's talking, because she's like, okay, I'm in a good place. But then she was just like, this is Porsha's show. She's the HBIC. And I don't know if this is a good idea, but this is the real. And she went on to say that, the friendship is not in the place that everyone thinks that it's in. She was hurt by the fact that Porsha didn't come to her wedding. She was hurt by the fact that Porsha did not ever congratulate her for getting a peach, nor ever take her out to celebrate her. I would never know this. I would never know this, and I never would have thought that that was the case because Instagram shows like this great, beautiful, friendship. But there was a plethora of things that Shamea said that I feel like Shamea needs to vocalize, right? Because that's her story, that's her pain, that's her journey. But she had a lot to say about how she felt like Porsha was not a good friend to her and that she has been a very loyal friend to Porsha. And we only encouraged her because myself, and I've always told Angela, I told Sonia, and how I've lived on this show is speak your truth and just be you. Mm-hmm. And that's all I can say. And so we encouraged Shamea to do that. And I think with us now knowing this and Angela speaking to Porsha, it was bound to come out. And it did. It came out.
So guys, when I heard that part, it made sense. So it seems like, you know, when we're watching Shamea in the episode, she's not owning anything, but what she's saying is pretty much, oh, they keep bringing it up because everybody know you didn't come to my wedding. People have been saying forever that you don't support me. So it seems like Shamea wanted to talk about the issues that she had in her relationship with Porsha, but just unclear as to how that would come across. Because, you know, the fans are wish-washy as they are. What people will tend to say and what some people think is, oh, she's doing that to Porsha now and Porsha got her on the show. Well, Porsha actually didn't get her on the show. But the fact of the matter is, it seems like Shamea wanted to talk about some of the issues in her and Porsha's relationship, which is kind of crazy because when we listen to Shamea, Shamea insinuates as if she doesn't know what is going on and what she makes it seem as if the ladies are bringing it up. But it appears that they actually had a conversation about it and it was something that Shamea wanted to talk about. So that is the problem right there because Shamea feels like these two, Angela and Drew, did not keep the secret. Because remember, she said, I'm gonna need y'all to pinky swear that we're gonna keep this here. But what ended up happening is Angela introduced it and you know, it kind of got out. And that is something that Shamea did not want to talk about, which is crazy because I'm surprised they didn't actually air it on the show. Or maybe it was during the time that they were not filming. But I thought that was really interesting to bring it out and talk about it because it clarifies to me the real issue that Shamea actually has with Drew. And if you guys did not, you know, recall, excuse me, Shamea did an interview. She did an interview with the radio station. And in the interview, she just dragged poor Drew to smithereens. Let's get into
Queen Shamea to be here right now as an artist. I know.
But Shamea, was that your first love?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Then there's another cast member dropped us all.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. No, really. Drew has another song.
I've never heard it on this station. Never had.
Okay, so it's
somebody like me. Oh, see, Drew, you never had boobs like me. Can't you see that you never had some titties like me?
Wait a minute, y'all. I done turned the volume
So
up.
when people start out saying, I got 5 different languages that I can speak, you don't speak 5 languages.
Oh my gosh, okay.
I have so much stuff going on in my life. I forget that I'm beefing with certain people. And then I'll go up to you and speak to you and be looking at me like, and I'm like, oh crap, that's right. We are mad at each other. You did call me a lap dog.
Shamea's gonna need to get off the lap.
Who's lap?
Okay, guys. So I wanted to bring up that interview simply because in that particular interview, Shamea made some very interesting statements about Shamea's music. Now, that was just one I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong. Shamea made some very derogatory statement toward Drew's music. So as you guys can see, it started the spiraling out of the different, you know, going back and forth. And like I said, for the life of me, I'm like, what are we missing here? And of course, you know, when we watched the show, you know, we saw the ladies get into it and it went a little.
Say thank you for the invite.
Absolutely. And I know that we had like some disconnects. Brittany, I thought we were cool.
Do you want to
But
know?
if you
And y'all pretty much know how that went. So I wanted to bring that clip out for the simple fact, I feel like in the episodes, we didn't really get that. Like what we got was Shamea continuing to say, I didn't bring Porsha up. I never spoke about Porsha. They are the ones that keep bringing Porsha up. And based on what Drew said in her interview with Carlos King, that's just not true. Drew made it very clear that Shamea, in fact, did discuss the issues that she, in fact, had with Porsha. And what Drew said is that Shamea wasn't really happy with the relationship pretty much that she had with Porsha, to the point that she wanted to talk about the issues, but just wasn't clear on the direction. So she wasn't clear on the direction and didn't want to come onto Porsha's platform where she felt like Porsha is that girl, because she clearly not. Porsha is giving nothing. The new ladies, they giving more than Porsha. So it seemed like Shamea was consulting with them, just trying to figure out, what would be her best method to try to talk to Porsha on camera without her having a bad look, because Shamea didn't want to, look like that she was actually going at Porsha, is what she didn't want to do. So it seems like, based on Drew's interview with Carlos King, that there was a lot of stuff that was left out. And like I said, I don't know if maybe, it was a conversation that was had off camera, and maybe that's why they didn't play it. I don't know. It just seems like this entire season is really struggling. Like, we're getting some stuff. We're getting a lot from Angela. I feel like the situation with Drew and Dennis, I feel like it's fake. And also, guys, and I know they spoke about this on the blogs. I know Porsha did a YouTube video, and she talked about Drew and Dennis coming up with this storyline about Drew messing with Dennis. No, I believe it was Porsha and Dennis that came up with that storyline. But yeah, that's pretty much how it went. And I feel like that is the true reason as to why Shamea just won't let it go. Because think about it. Shamea does seem easy peasy, but for some reason, she won't back up off Drew's ass or Angela's. And it seems like the reason is because Shamea confided in them, and they pretty much used it against her.
Because the tea don't stop.